Welcome back to Living Local. For over 50 years, Bob Vogelbaugh, better known as Mr. Thanksgiving, he's hosted a community meal for thousands of Quad Cityans. And this year, he and volunteers are actually gearing up for a drive-through event to keep folks safe while also still giving them a warm meal. So we are here with Mr. Thanksgiving himself today. Thank you so much for coming in.
Well, thanks for having me.
Yes. Now, year two of doing a drive-through event versus doing the big in-person meal, but this marks 51 years of serving the community.
Yeah. And
how does that feel?
When you stop and say 51, it doesn't seem like it's been 51 years, and it's gone fast, but it's just a fantastic thing, and the communities that support it, and it's just not the inner Quad Cities, it's all around, and it's amazing where people come from both sides of the river, quite a few miles away. So, but that's what it's all about. It's just a gathering of pilgrims for the first time. So,
right, bringing it back to that tradition and really bringing Quad Cityans together to celebrate this holiday. How did you get started with this 51 years ago?
Well, 51 years ago, I owned a little mom and pop's grocery store downtown Moline. The grocery part was out front, and there's living quarters in the back. But I didn't live there because I thought, well, I'm open 6 days a week. And I know on Sunday afternoon there'd be knock at the side door, can I get a loaf of bread or quart of milk? And I thought, no, I can't live here because I won't get away from that. But primarily my mature customers, I don't use OLD, that's me now. But
mature, love that.
I started asking them, what are you going to be doing for the upcoming holiday? And it was almost a unison answer. It was just another day to be alone. So I had a stove there, tables and chairs and in rooms, and I thought, why should this be? So I called my parents, said there's going to be one less at your table, and I don't know when I hung up what my parents ever thought, what are you doing? But I said, I'm having a Thanksgiving dinner here for my customers. And at first they were real reluctant. Why are you doing this? Do we have to buy all our groceries from you? I said, absolutely not. I want to get the feeling of the first Thanksgiving. I don't know if you're going to know everybody that I've invited, but it'd be just like gathering pilgrims and Indians together for the first time. And here we are now on to number 51.
And that's awesome. And I know it started with, what, less than 10 people at that dinner?
About that. And there was one lady, and it's really probably because of her, Rose Hansen. And she would come to my store in a cab every 2 weeks, and then my butcher would take her home. But she never bought that much food from me. And I said, well, you pay, to come in a cab, and we do take you home. But she said, well, her stove was a hot plate and her refrigerator was the windowsill. So what she did, like in extreme cold like this or the extreme summer, and she enjoyed that first Thanksgiving so much, I thought,
you got to keep it going.
I got to keep it going.
And now here we are.
Yes.
Here we are.
Yes.
And so let's talk about the event details for this year, too. I know we already said this is the second year that it will be a drive-up, but what are the details of this year's event?
Well, this year it'll be a drive-up, and then I have runners that will come out. How many dinners do you need? And then they'll go back, and the Hy-Vee employees will be boxing it all up, and then the boxes are food are brought out to the containers of how many meals they need. It's all individual in there. So
okay, and people can come pick it up, just say however many they need,
yes.
And then it will get brought out to them. And
right, they don't have to get out of their car, nothing.
Well, good. Convenience.
Yes.
There's some convenience there.
Yes.
Now. Although you have some community partners that are obviously helping you put this on, it does still take a lot of money to make this happen. What's the usual cost for all of the food?
Well, with the cost and everything, it's over $20,000, and this year, for some reason, it's just coming in very slow. I don't know if people aren't thinking Thanksgiving's coming this close, but it is. People, it's just right around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not the amount of money. If somebody donates $5, $10. I mean, it all helps and it builds up. So that's how I'm able to keep the dinner going year after year and pay the bills.
Mm-hmm. Is solely through donations. Now, if people want to support or donate, how can they go about doing that?
They can, it's right on my checking account, on my checks, Mr. Thanksgiving, and it's Mr. Thanksgiving. My home address is 3704 26th Street, Moline, Illinois.
Okay, we have that up on the screen there too, so if you're at home and you want to donate, go ahead and make note of that. And lastly, do you have any plans on letting somebody else take this over, or are you just going to keep this going for as long as you possibly can?
I'm going to keep this going until I'm in the ground.
Oh my goodness.
So, so anyhow, yeah.
Yeah.
And I already got my cemetery plot, and now I got to get the stone, and it's going to have a turkey on. So people years from now will walk through that cemetery and say, "What's a turkey doing on that stone?"
It's your legacy. It's been your legacy of helping people. Well, thank you so much for being here with us today.
Oh, thanks for
we so appreciate it.
Thanks for having me down here. I appreciate you guys immensely also. Thank you.
Absolutely. All right, again, if you are wanting to make a donation, here's that information again on the screen. You can send Mr. Thanksgiving a check to the address there too, and we will also have this posted over on our website at ourquadcities.com.